everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Redskins going up against the Saints.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it looked like he was able to get it back. So a big sigh of relief there, as that would have been a disastrous way to start this ball game.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Now this time Rodgers will throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And an alley to run. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Again, here's Bernard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Rodgers now on first down. Being chased out left. And some room to work. And he's going to go out of of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now a carry for Bernard. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans. Offense.
Watch it now, Barney. Set. Green, back down in that Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. Good. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Here we go now.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The slot man in motion right. Off the play fake. James. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Now let's go. Watch it now, Barney.
Now James. From the gun, he'll throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Rodgers going to throw. On the screen, Bernard. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return will stop right around the 25. So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. James now off the play fake. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back to throw. James. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw is James, operating from the gun.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eli Harold. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. James on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying into the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's James throwing again on 2nd and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll begin here with Bernard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 32. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So out now come the Redskins. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 47, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge. No place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green.
Now James looking to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look. 6 DBs.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
James now from the gun, he'll throw. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Looking to throw on second down. James is so caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They run again with Logan, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And the 13-year man puts it will grow. It's now 17-0. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Here's Bernard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Rolling to, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sheldon Rankins in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. We're back to New Orleans after this. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Time to the tailback. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15.
Here we go now. Green 39. Now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. James. He's going to fire one deep over into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, They couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. On first down, Rodgers looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flush to his right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Trey Hendrickson able to get him for a loss of about 3. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front, as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They run with Logan, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12.
Now let's go. Blue, line it. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. James. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff looking right. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw on second down. It's caught inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They run the counter now on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. James looking to throw on second down. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Time running out here on the play clock. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And this seemingly endless drive continues. To throw on second down, James. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And this offense on third down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal.
Set, 3-19, 3-19, Detroit.
Now they send a man in motion right. The play clock's running down. Looking to throw. James. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shotgun now for Rodgers. On the catch, it's Crowder. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Rodgers now on first down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
319!
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He's got a man that's caught left sideline. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now a 1st down following that long gain. To throw is Rodgers. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Josh Doxson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Here's James. Off play action. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way. And
he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll run it here with Logan. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Now a handoff looking right. And some space here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Play clock winding down. Now James to throw on second down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Back to throw. James. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Redskins offense now. They head back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Back to throw. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And on 2nd and 10 now. He's back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for New Orleans, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll have a few extra days here now before they face the Lions next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.